Alright guys, welcome to the next episode of Don't Starve, Reign of Giants, / Shipwreck / whatever. This is probably gonna be a quick one. I gotta go play Call of Cthulhu like a nerd. So I'm gonna do that. Fuck playing games. We really want to I have one boat repair kit, I have a bunch of gears. We want to find the damn Volcano. So we go do that. This makes us faster even though we're not walking. Fun fact. Probably already knew that. There's other stuff we can do, but finding the volcano is going to give us coffee. Coffee's going to make us go fast. Oh, I have mods on that I was using last time. I don't want to turn them off now, but I normally don't use the combined status mod for this, just because I know some people don't have it. So you don't need it. It's completely unnecessary. It's just a helpful thing to be like, oh, I'm in this season. I have some worlds that are on like day 300, and like I haven't played it in such a long time that you have no idea what you were doing or what season you're in. So you can reference a chart to be like, oh, well, if I start in this day, I'm on this day. Or you can just do this. And I think this is much easier. So we're not actually going to try and prevent the rain because we can get struck by lightning. Especially when it's raining heavily. And that's the goal, kind of, right now. This is going to keep our sanity up, but it's not going to prevent us from getting struck by lightning. And we don't care about damage either. I have a huge stack of gears. I also really want to right now, what I want to do is I want to find all the things, because once I clear the volcano out, there's a couple other things I might try to get, but I don't need to get. Probably no things on that island. I don't really know which things I even have right now. Does it make sense to really spend a lot of time looking for the things when I don't know which ones I have? But finding where every island is a good thing. So there's a touchstone right there and right there too. Perfect. If I outline all the islands, then finding the things will be much easier because it has to be on an island, obviously. So later, I just boat over to the island and see if a divining rod goes off that I can make. Eventually, we're going to be doing a lot of world hopping. We're not really doing that right now. I'm going to do a little world hopping. Oh yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is going to start happening now. It's not quite the same as when we're in, not monsoon, but hurricane season. Hurricane season is insane with lightning, but this is a little less. The volcano's usually on the outer edges, so it could be here. I'm guessing it might be somewhere in this giant quadrant here. And I generally kind of want to go in the direction of the waves so I don't take a bunch of boat damage. I don't really care about wetness, but I don't want to take a bunch of boat damage. Also, lightning heals us, by the way. It makes your sanity worse, but it heals you. Once we get coffee, we can go stupidly fast. Once we can go stupidly fast, there is, of course, a lot of things we can do. that's our major goal right now, is just to find the volcano. And I can't really, unfortunately, I can't really just find it. It can't be like something that I find faster by playing better. Also, an important note is since the Krampus sack can't get wet, putting stuff in it will make those won't be able to get wet. Alright, because this can't get wet, and that'll save you crazy sanity losses. And the Arctopus, that's good. We probably want to trade with him when we get some stuff. Free treasure, let's go get that. And on the way, we'll be able to check for some stuff. So we really save sanity by keeping stuff in here. Not now, of course, because it's already wet. But exploring is one of the more boring episodes, and that's why this whole mega base thing, making a mega base, can be kind of like a boring series. And I don't think I'm really gonna make a mega base in this. I'm definitely going to my streaming series. I think in this one, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and kind of exhaust all the stuff I think would be cool to show. Of course, we have to get coffee so I can show how stupid that is. We have to do some world hopping, some farming of the ruins. We have to make some advanced farms. I'm probably not going to extensively world hop like I normally would. It's actually really good. We got gears in that, and we got gunpowder. Alright, let's explore that area. So our sanity is going down very little due to this wetness. But none of this stuff is wet, so it's not going down that much. If I quick switched, I could have done that without taking any damage. Or just done it better in general. We want to find the volcano before dry season, because dry season it's going to have a lot of stuff in it. It's like the coffee plants are become unwithered and start growing coffee. It's probably not up here. It's possible it could be there, but I'm double mech anyway. I'm gonna go down coast a little more. If I go straight down right now, I can ride the waves. can see, other stuff in our inventory gets wet, but this stuff won't. This won't get wet. That's one of the awesome parts about the Krampus sack, is you can keep your sanity way better in check from having it just by putting stuff in it. We still got so much to explore. It's really just a shame that if you don't find the volcano earlier, there's nothing you can do to find the volcano faster, really. You can just get as much speed boost as possible and try and like be as efficient as possible while exploring. There's no item you can have to like find it or anything. And it is usually around the edges of the world, so if you go on that assumption, you can generally find it sometime soon. And I don't mean like very edge. I mean like it's usually not in like the middle ring. It'll usually be on the outer band, like here. It could be like here. It could actually be like here, but it usually isn't. This is a huge chunk, and I'm going under the assumption that it's going to be in this huge chunk right now. And you know it's in deep water too. But we're also finding islands and stuff right now. In this corner of the world. Okay. Where's the corner? Okay, we gotta go up this way. Which I believe is directly against the waves once again. And you don't have to worry about being insane on the water, because the only thing that can kill you is these boat things. They're like boat terrors, and they don't do a lot of damage, and they also are super goddamn slow and like never... I don't think I've ever been hit by one. That's an exaggeration. I don't think one's ever hit me. They're just very, very slow. And they are very rare too. They aren't small all the time. So being insane on the ocean is very, very safe. There's really no reason to like actively monitor your sanity, I think. Alright, we're gonna go in this direction. See if we come across anything. We'll kind of like trace these like shallow areas, because like I said, it's not gonna be, it can't be in here. I'm soaked. I don't understand. How am I overheating? It's monsoon season. What's raising my temperature? Is it the thermal stone? I guess it's the thermal stone. It's hot, even though it wasn't hot. Also, another just like fun fact is the thermal stones in your inventory don't overheat you. You can see because I have combined stats, my temperature is dropping. But in your backpack, they do. So it'll only heat you a certain amount unless it's in your backpack. In which case, it'll just keep heating you. I don't know if I've done that yet in this playthrough. You can use it to your advantage by overheating yourself in the winter using thermal stones before you go out, because your temperature will be much higher. And then if you put on something like a umbrella to or in the winter, it would be like hot gear. To keep that warmth in, you can like last literally for like 3 days without heating yourself up again. If you have like a beefalo hat and insulated vest, you overheat yourself until your screen turned red. You can be out there forever. It's crazy. Okay, so like I don't think it's here, but let's go down a little and explore. This is one of the reasons I don't like Let's Play series of this game as much sometimes. It's fun to stream when people can be asking you questions, but just doing this can get a little tiring. No risk, we're at 2 sanity. We're gonna lose it in like 2 seconds. Trying to think of where it could be. I'm going to explore all the way up here. And of course you could just like reveal the map. Console commands if you really wanted to. You really didn't want to do this. Kiting patterns are tricky because you never. It's hard to remember all of them because of the speed changes. I play WX a lot. Some worlds I have coffee, so it's like you don't even have to remember. You do like 3 cycle patterns against that guy with coffee, but without coffee you can't. Now I need to head back to my base before these spoil, because there's three swordfish is actually 3 whole Cutlass Supremes. It's a lot of the best weapon in the game. Besides, of course, the handbat, but they actually do more damage than the handbat. So they're a better weapon to just kind of have on you if you have the room. But if you're going collecting stuff, you probably don't want those because you'd take up a lot of room to carry a bunch of those around. Same with dark swords. One of the reasons dark sword isn't that great isn't because the sanity loss. It's because you'd have to carry a bunch of them. And we do want some of this bioluminescence. Unfortunately, I don't have a bunch of bamboo to make trolling nets on me. But one thing we're going to do after we get coffee is we're going to sail around at night and try and get as much bioluminescence as possible, because it's a non-renewable resource. And it is really cool because you can put it back in the ocean to make those glowy lights at night, so you can like make a trail between each of your islands, or you can like make a dock that you can see at night. You could do the same with fireflies. We'll probably do a little of that, decorate our place with fireflies. Fireflies go away when you stand on them, unlike bioluminescence, but you can still like see a bunch of stuff that you otherwise wouldn't be able to see. Alright, we're going to go back and we're going to kind of circle through here and probably go up there, I'd say. As long as you just keep kind of circling through areas we haven't been that includes deep ocean, that's really a good way to find it. You can systematically go back and forth, but if you're searching the wrong area of the map, you're just going to, like, if you were to just go like this, not only are you revealing, like, areas like this where it can't be, but you're also, like, revealing giant portions of the map. I just kind of, at least I'm exploring a full portion. I don't know the actual map width. You have to be away from the volcano before you see it, because the volcano zooms your map out when you get close enough. So I don't actually have to reveal the volcano before I find it. If my map starts to zoom out, I know I'm close to it. And I don't know that width, like, so I can't be like, well, it can't be exactly here because it's too close there. I don't know that width off the top of my head. So I could theoretically go a little bit past it. Here we are raining again. I know it's more than that. Like, it can't be in here. It's actually too big to be in there. Like, on the map. It's too big. You would see it. Okay. You see how we've been insane for a better part of this episode and absolutely nothing has hurt us? Sanity is a non-issue in this game. I know it's an issue when people are lower level. In my other series, I kind of glossed over sanity and I was like, don't worry about it. And maybe that wasn't the greatest thing to do because some people have a really big problem with it, I guess. It's just I've never had a problem with it because I always kind of realized that, like, oh, what's going to happen? What does sanity do? Besides, like, night crawlers and shadow hands and stuff like that, I mean, it doesn't do much. And then I learned how to kite shadow creatures, and it was like, dumb. You don't have anything to do. You can just kite those guys, and it's free nightmare fuel. I suppose and there's times where it inconveniences you. Like if you're fighting a boss and then a bunch of shadow creatures come up, that's an inconvenience. And since the bosses have insanity auras, it's pretty typical to happen. Hey, we didn't find anything. I could actually just literally compress all of my exploring into, like, just say I've been exploring, I didn't do anything else. And that be an episode, speed up, whatever. I don't know. There's a couple problems. One, you miss a bunch of stuff that you might have seen that some people want to see and some people don't want to see. So the option's there if I do it. The option's not there if I don't do it, actually. I want to know how many sticks I need. I don't have enough gold. I don't know, it's weird because I could skip all that. The other problem is it actually would take me a long time. It's some kind of like recording episodes a day or two beforehand. I would have to spend a long time recording. I would have to actually just go like record like 20, not like 20, but a lot of episodes, you know? I hate that. I have to remember to click in those situations. Yeah, okay. There's those weird things where, I have jerky. Oh my god. You need to make another hand bat. You need to grab the gold for these swordfish. I don't know what I have. We're gonna just let this sit for now. I haven't played this world in a little bit, so I'm not exactly positive on where what I have in all my chests. And I can do the organization at a later time. So, I will. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, got enough for that. Oh my god, living logs. I could overcharge myself for so long with that. It's insane. Each of those living logs is could be 10 days of overcharge. If I use a construction amulet, it's like 5 days if I don't. Because I can just telelocate her all around the world. Unfortunately, you can't use that to find the volcano, so I guess I didn't really use these. Someday I'm gonna wanna like make 1,000,000 of those just so I can eat jerky all the time. Good for your health, man. But I need a lot more of them, which means I need to go to the desert and harvest quite a bit of grass. I gotta get all my affairs and stuff in order. Usually around day 200 is when I'm like efficient, like I'm done. By day 200, gotta find some gold. By day 200, the goal is to have like a coffee farm. So I'll need coffee plants and then some bee boxes. I usually want to have 1,000,000,000 chests to put all my stuff in, but that's not going to happen without having the old bell. Well, it still could happen. It's just going to take me a lot longer. It also took me a lot longer than I expected to I need 2 per? Oof, that's rough. Sales doing pretty good. It'll last. Yeah, I'll have a coffee farm, bee box farm, jerky racks. I usually want like my setup for the old bell, which is actually really easy. It takes like 2 seconds. I do it in like half a day. Fire farm, Krampus sack. I want a general giant field of chests, and I usually will have it set up so I can have everything in one flingo. Because it's just a temporary base, it doesn't have to be big. But we've been relatively inefficient in this run, and it took me literally like 15 days to get the Krampus sack, which kind of sucks. And we spent so long looking for chests that we didn't need to spend that long. I mean, looking in the caves when there's no reason to look that long, we just kind of got really unlucky. And a long time was spent without overcharge because of that. Normally I could get the first shitload of overcharge and all of the caves and stuff done in 20-ish days, and then maybe 10 days to set up a base. So yeah, a lot less long, be a lot quicker, typically. But that's not what happened. Can't play perfectly all the time. Can't really control some stuff too. Can't really control it taking forever to find something. Because like, you know, this is a series where we're at 200 days, I can't reset if I don't find something immediately. And I can't reset if I don't find everything immediately. We were quick out the gate, and then... Oh man, are you kidding me? Just when I started getting to the longer stuff, everything started taking a lot longer than it normally takes. It's just difficult to calculate for. I can't reset the series now on day 100 and just record another like 30 episodes because I don't have time for that. Blueprint. That stuff is actually really good. But we got inventory space, so. Oh man, if that was an Old Bell blueprint, I don't know if the Old Bell blueprint exists in Shipwrecked. It probably doesn't. I don't think it's there. I don't think it's there. Let's check there next. And then I'll end this episode. The Old Bell blueprint has to exist for you to get it. Sounds kind of weird, but it's very possible that it doesn't exist. In which case, my only recourse is going to be I'm going to have to spawn old bells. Basically, every time I get a flower and wings, I'll light them on fire, throw them away, or like feed them to a lure plant or something, and I would just spawn an old bell for demonstration purposes. I could do that now, because technically, if the game wasn't glitched, I would have the old bell blueprint, because I did hammer the, did mine the Glamour statue, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the way you can get it by resetting the worlds. I'm not going to farm it from tumbleweeds because I'm not sadistic and I don't have a billion hours to do so. But you could. You could also get it from in like, I think that's the only way actually, because I don't think you can get it in chests here. I don't know if there's even a way to confirm if you could or not. It's not here. Could be here. It's not going to be there. It's too close to everything. So it could be here, could be here. I guess it theoretically could be in here, but I doubt it. So I think the next place to check would be like here-ish. There-ish, I don't know. Stop on chests on the way. Like where are we? We just go here. Next. Yeah, but that's gonna be it for this episode. You can telepoof on a boat, by the way, in case you were wondering. Not that you would ever need to, but you can, and it looks kind of cool. So, peace. See you next time. Hopefully, I'll have something better too. If you really want to watch, like, a long world, I would suggest you watch my stream. I'm kind of doing the exact same thing I'm doing now on my stream, but I'm doing it, and every time I like go to another game, like Payday in my stream, you could just leave, stop watching the video. I'm kind of doing the same thing I'm doing now in my stream, which is getting towards Mega Base, going to collect a bunch of stuff, going to get a bunch of Ancient Guardian Horns. I have 3 there, I think 2 here. I mean, I could go get the other one at any time, but I wanted to get coffee first to make it faster. It's a double-edged sword because it's like, if I run out of overcharge, it's going to be pretty slow. But what I really want to do is not run out of overcharge. I just want to go get the coffee, have coffee and overcharge, then start the farm. But it's a long ways away, the farming now, because I have to prepare a bunch of stuff after I find the coffee. I can't just go do it. I could, but I'd be less efficient while doing it, because I'd constantly be having to like, oh no, I don't have any jerky, I don't have that. Whereas if I get all this stuff in place to just be like, I have 3 stacks of jerky for my fire farm, and then I have like all these boards and all this stuff, and then I just world hop and then go find all the stuff I want to find, and then come back, restock, world hop. Every time I world hop, I have to go farm each ruins, and farming the ruins takes a long time if you don't have a bunch of resources like ready, like a bunch of jerky. It's just quicker that ways. what did Colt Azur get in his chest? Find out on the next episode of Don't Starve.